Laws of frictions. The first we are going to see about laws of kinetic limiting friction. That is a static friction, static maximum friction. The static maximum friction depend upon the nature of the surface. It will be acts along the tangential to the two contact surfaces. Always the friction force acting along the tangential, that is along the surface of the contact surfaces, body under the surface. So the tangential to the surface, then the limiting friction is independent of area of contact. Even the small body or bigger body, the friction will be maximum. It will be not depend upon the contact surface area. So the Fx max is directly proportional to reaction force. How, sir? How it is possible? Very simple. Already I told that whenever the body is there on the surface, the weight will be acting downwards because W is equal to mg. That upward force equal and opposite to the gravity force is called as a normal reacting force. In previous videos we are saying that this is a apparent weight of the body. If the force is applied in this direction, there will be opposing force created along the relative motion of these two surface and the body is called as a frictional forces. There will be opposing force against the opposing force. That means the force against the motion of the applied force under the surface is called as a friction force. So the Fx max is directly proportional to R. This is the R is directly proportional to. Then Fx max is equal to the proportionality constant is removed, is called as a coefficient of static friction. So Fx max is equal to coefficient of the static friction into R. R is a normal reaction. So mu is equal to F by R. F is the friction, R is a normal reaction. Limiting friction by normal reaction. This is a loss of limiting friction. It will be depends upon the nature. It acts along the tangential. It does not depend upon the area of the contact. Then finally the coefficient of static friction is equal to limiting friction by normal reaction. Now we are going to see about loss of kinetic friction. The kinetic friction is also depends upon the nature of the contact surfaces. It also not depend upon the area of contact, and it does not depend upon the velocity. But the velocity should be too large, should not be too large or too small. So there will be a normal velocity, means the kinetic friction does not depend upon the velocity of the body. So the Fk is directly proportional to normal reaction. Here also there is a proportionality constant is called as a coefficient of kinetic friction. There is a coefficient of static friction. Here it is a coefficient of kinetic friction. This coefficient is depends upon the kinetic friction by normal reaction. The coefficient of friction represents the nature of the surface and independent of the area, and also not depend upon the velocity. But what is the condition? The velocity should not be too large or too small. So that is also we have to get mu k, which is equal to Fk by R. So what we have to come conclude at that, we come to the conclusion the kinetic friction is less than the maximum static friction limiting friction, as we are seeing in the previous video. So Fk is equal to mu kr and Fx max which is equal to mu sr. This is the law of kinetic friction. This is the law of static friction. R get cancelled. So we come to the conclusion the coefficient of kinetic friction is always less than that of the coefficient of static friction. So that only the coefficient represents the nature of the contact surfaces and the independent of the area. So the kinetic friction is less than that of the static friction. So are you understand, students, the law of kinetic friction? So very simple, similar to the static friction. Fs which is equal to mu s r in the static friction, here Fk is equal to mu k r. Then the next important thing is angle of friction. The angle between the R and the resultant of Fx max and R. So this is a Fx, the frictional force acting in this direction because the applied force is here. So friction force is always opposite to the applied force along the surface. The weight acting downwards, a normal reaction here. There will be a relative resultant vector, the R vector and the Fs max. The resultant vector is along in this direction. The angle between the resultant of Fx max and R and the R, this angle theta is called as the angle of friction. If you put a tan theta slope opposite side by adjacent, this is a theta, This is opposite side. So this opposite side is equal to this friction max. The same thing from here. So Fx max. So opposite is Fs max. Then what is adjacent? R value. So R. So tan theta which is equal to Fx max by R. What is Fx max by R? That is the coefficient of static friction by the law of static frictions. So tan theta which is equal to Fx max by R. What is Fx max by R? That is a mu s. So tan theta is equal to coefficient of static friction. So this is the angle of friction. Very clear, students. Frictional force, normal reaction force. So the resultant of these two vectors is along this direction. The angle between this R and the resultant vector is called as angle of friction. This tan theta is equal to coefficient of this surface, coefficient of the surface of contact, static friction. Then angle of repose. So the angle of repose means let us consider this plane is along in this direction. If you place a block, so if you increase the angle at a particular angle, the body will slip down, start to move. At a particular angle, the body starts to move. At a again, I will say that this is the body. Here the body we have. Then we increase the angle. What will happen? The body starts to move at a particular angle. That angle is called angle of repose. Okay, that angle is called angle of repose. So Fx max is equal to, so by this diagram, study this diagram very clearly. The weight of the body will acting in this direction. There is a horizontal and vertical component. There is horizontal component along mg cos theta here and the vertical component mg sin theta here. You may ask question, sir, horizontal means this one, vertical only this one. No, no. By the body surface, this is a horizontal, this is a vertical, because the vector, this w vector, the weight vector acting downwards, this is a horizontal component, this is a vertical component. So this mg sin phi is equal and opposite to Fx max. This is applied force, this is a Fx max. Then mg cos phi is equal to R. So only I am writing Fx max is equal to mg sin phi. Dear students, this mg vector is resolved into two components, cos phi and sin phi. Cos phi is a horizontal component, sin phi is a vertical component. But we have to view from in this direction by the vector component. This is a horizontal component, this is a vertical component, because if the vector is acting in this direction, horizontal vector will be changed. So F by R which is equal to mu s. So mg get cancelled. That will be tan pi. So Fx max by R is equal to mu s, mu coefficient of static friction. Tan pi which is equal to mu s. Already we have studied tan theta which is equal to mu s for angle of friction, and for angle of repose tan pi is equal to static friction, coefficient of static friction. Thus the angle of repose and the angle of friction are equal. Mu s which is equal to tan theta which is equal to tan pi. Types of kinetic friction. There are the two types of kinetic friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. If your body will slide over the surface, it's called as a sliding friction. If the body will roll or on the surface, it's called as a rolling friction. The force of friction that comes into play when your body slides over the surface on the other body is called as a sliding friction. The force of friction that comes into play when your body rolls over the another body is called as a rolling friction. The condition is for the same magnitude of the normal reaction. This is a normal reaction. For the same magnitude of the normal reaction, the rolling friction is always much smaller than the sliding friction. So rolling is easier than sliding. That is a given. Here the rolling friction is smaller, means it is easy to move. So roller, that's why in suitcase or some other things they are using a roller to move a bigger object from one place to another place. So the rolling friction is smaller than the sliding friction. Here students, we have studied clearly about the loss of friction and the angle of repose and the angle of friction very clearly. So I will show the pages very slowly to you. So this is the types of friction and the definition of types of friction. In this video we have studied about loss of limiting friction, that is Fx max which is equal to mu s r, that is mu s is equal to Fx max by r. Then we have studied about the loss of kinetic friction, that is mu k which is equal to Fk by r. And finally we come to the conclusion, coefficient of kinetic friction is less than the coefficient of static friction. Then the angle of friction is the angle between the reaction force and the resultant of Fx max and r. That will be equal to coefficient of static friction. Similarly, angle of repose, the body is slide over the inclined plane. At this time, the mg cos pi is equal to r mg sin pi is equal to fx max. By solving this, we get an answer tan pi is equal to mu s. Finally, we get tan theta is equal to mu theta. That is, the angle of repose and the angle of friction is equal for the coefficient of static friction. And finally, we are studied about the types of kinetic friction. Thank you, students.